Welcome! Oh wow, that hurt my head a little bit. To another episode of the One More Thing Tech Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Quasi.
And I'm Adam.
And I know I say it every week, but this week there's a lot of tech news, and we have an amazing episode planned for you. However, I am a little bit sick, so I'm going to try and bring the energy, guys, but you'll have to excuse me if I have a little bit less energy than usual. I'm coming down with something, and we're fighting it as hard as we possibly can.
Okay.
So to start, we excuse me. So to start, Canva has a new feature. It's called Affinity. It was hold on, let me try to articulate properly.
It's a whole new software.
Oh, is it a whole new software?
Oh yes.
I thought it was because it was in the Canva app thing. Okay, but the Affinity is a free professional design app which combines not only photo editing, but vector design and layout tools all into one platform, right? And right now it's free for everyone, and it includes a plethora of Canvas AI tools for, whatever creativity you want. Like if you, let's say I want to make a pillow that's made out of footballs or whatever. I could do that by typing, help me make a pillow made out of footballs into Affinity, and it would help out. Adam, thoughts?
I saw this topic, and I'm like, wow, we have a new competitor. So Affinity was the software suite that was on Mac, just Mac actually, and Canva bought them out, and they were direct competition to Adobe for suites of the Photoshop and Illustrator kind of software and some other things they do as well. And now they're incorporating this as a free app. And I'm like, this is wonderful. And I'm not saying Adobe software is not good. I'm saying it's very expensive. Right. So to see this, even if it was just bundled in with the cost of Canva, which is pretty cheap. And when I seen all of this, I'm like, this is phenomenal. I haven't yet used it. I do plan to use it. And Quasi should as well. And this is not a paid plug by any means by Canva. I use Canva myself, and I think Quasi does as well. We both like it. And this is a wonderful piece of software that I thought was going to be phenomenal to add to their catalog of offerings, and free. That's the biggest thing about this entire thing, Quasi.
Yeah, that's the best part. That $0.99 price tag, or I guess $0 to 0.
And I'm not sure they're going to retain this forever, but what I'm saying is, imagine like Photoshop and Illustrator in one piece of software. And can you pull up the page, Quasi, that I sent you? Let's show them some of the animated GIFs they have to explain what it does. That's probably the best way we can showcase this. Those are your listeners.
Supposed to be
check
animated?
us on YouTube.
They were not animated for me. This
really?
Could be bad. Let's hope.
Really?
Oh, now it wants to work, so I look stupid. Cool.
So you can kind of see some. Yeah, that's just one of the things. Oh, it's so wonderful. Let's go down to the next one. Which is not.
Okay, maybe that was the only animated one. Oh.
No, there's a couple more. Oh my gosh, just the level of detail you can get with this. So, am I saying this is going to completely replace Photoshop and Illustrator? It might not, but it might. I want to dive deep with this and just see what it has to offer for up-and-coming content creators and photographers and designers. I think this is a software they should at least look into and see what it's all about, because it looks fantastic. I mean, what are your thoughts, Quasi?
It definitely does look fantastic, The fact that it's pretty much Photoshop, and Photoshop is what? It's a monthly subscription of like $20? I think that's
well, just that app, it's actually $30 now, but the whole suite is $70 a month now, which is insane to me. I don't know why it's like that, but...
Personally, I'm not buying Photoshop anytime soon. But, especially with this on the market.
But, so we're going to try this out and see how well this is for us. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, we'll check back in next week. Let you know.
Absolutely. Speaking of some AI stuff. Sorry, go quick. Do you have any more questions with that?
I was just going to ask, if you had seen that new AI thing.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I did. So, Quincy, you gotta kind of pull this up for the users to see. Just that little picture of them, if you can, and then we'll bring it up. So, the company 1X has made something that over the years, you've heard things of people making robots that can do your chores and various other tasks that you find mundane or you just don't have time for, various other things, right? 1X has officially launched their Neo robot that is supposed to do just that. So, now let me give you some backstory of this. The product is out and available for you to purchase, but it doesn't come out until next year. So, my guess is this is funds to finish the project up because it's not quite done yet. But overall, what they're saying is, as of right now, what it's going to do, which is a little bit scary, is upon arrival, certain tasks are going to try to be learned by the robot to do. But each house, each task is different per location, so they're going to have someone with the MetaQuest 3 control this robot and do the chores that you want it to do, and then it learns that and tries to not reduce its knowledge, but just try to increase what it can do and how it wants you to do it exactly. So that's a little bit scary, but I've seen this. I know people have won this for years, but I know with the current, you watch certain movies that you're like, robots, they're nice, they're gentle, they have the mind of their own, they start killing us, stuff like that. I don't know if that's happening here. I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. What I'm saying, though, is it's a little scary that someone else can control this remotely. But overall, though, I wanted to bring this up because this is a game changer for certain people. I get day to day, you get busy, right? I mean, I have a kid, I have this podcast, I do a lot of different things, and sometimes things like this could help. If I can come home and the dishes are done, laundry's done, stuff like that, the basic chores, it's not about being lazy. It's about my time that I have to do some of this stuff. It's just not enough sometimes, right? You work most of the day, all this other stuff. I drive almost an hour to get back home. It's just a constant amount of things. So the idea of this is a great concept. I love that idea. But there's questions I have for it, right? One question I have is, so if I'm not home and it's here, right, in my house, and let's say burglar number 2 or 3 come to rob the house and just knock on the door because it's here, is it going to answer the door or let them in? Right? How's it going to react to situations like a fire, or what something gets changed in the house? Like, let's say that you had your fridge over here, but you moved it over here the next week. Is it going to retain this kind of knowledge? It has to learn and adapt to changes, I think, more than anything else. But what happens also if, let's say, it gets out, it wanders outside the house, leaves the door open up, and this is going to know how to get back? These are good questions. There's a lot of good questions I have for it. I want to bring this up because I think that the idea is really nice. This brings us back to the Jetsons back in the day, those cartoons where we had a robot do our chores. But what are your thoughts, Quasi? I mean, do you like this? Do you not like this? Are you scared?
Okay. So I'm a little bit skeptical about it because obviously, yes, it can do the dishes, right? When we were looking at the stats, we saw that it can submerge its hands, but the rest of its body can't handle water and stuff like that. But my biggest issue is the robot is 5'6", right? And it's only 66 pounds. And in the trailers, you see it moving boxes from one place to another. I just don't think that if I have a box that weighs 70 pounds, the 66-pound robot is going to be able to take it without falling over. You know what I mean? And on top of that, right now, the biggest issue is they advertise it as if it's all AI, but if you look in the video, there's a lot of portion that they made sure to label every part that's being done autonomously, and it was only 2 scenes. It was them opening the door and the other thing, I can't remember right now. But, that's why they have expert mode, and expert mode seems to be a little bit, it can be sketchy because you don't know where this person is and they're walking around your house. So are you willing to give up that privacy for the hope that soon enough the robot will be able to do it autonomously and do everything on device? Or are you, it really depends on how much privacy you're willing to give up if you want this if you want this robot. Because today, if I was to buy the Neo robot, the only thing it'd be able to do for me by itself is open doors. And that's it. Oh, I guess it could dance with me. But aside from that, that's not.
I mean, it's programmed to do certain things, right? But, like I said, it's all different between each person. What if I want dishes to be done manually, not in a dishwasher, and you want it in a dishwasher? What if we have that's different fridges to load up groceries, right? Or the counter's over here instead of over here. There's all these variables in place that can make everything unique, right? If I say go clean the bathroom, well, what if you have 12 bathrooms in a place like this? Like, which one are you going to go to? Upstairs, downstairs, which one? So there's it has to learn. So I think that with that in mind, that's the reason why right now it doesn't have everything in place, because it's so different between each household. So yes, they're going to have someone control it and it's going to learn things, but then again, if that can be done, when is it going to stop where it's going to be just the robot doing stuff? That's the first question, like Quasey said. Secondly, like in the back in the day, Quasey, when there was a camera recording something, there's a little red blinking dot so you can know someone's recording. How do I know that at any given point that they're not looking through this robot's eyes, even though the robot's doing all the work? That's another question I had for it, too. I mean, what if this robot walks in someone in the shower, or in the bathroom with no clothes on, or in the bedroom, or whatever, right? So there's things like this that, or where your kids sleep, that's the scariest part. So, there has to be transparency in these questions, because it's a great concept, but there needs to be some clarification for stuff like this, right? And all else, the tasks I have giving it, if I want it to mow outside, is it going to be able to do that? Like you said, picking up something. How strong is it? What can it lift for weight? Good questions there as well. Is it going to know that a paper bag from the grocery store is going to be more delicate than a plastic bag, right? Stuff like this. So, all these questions aside, I just want to bring this up because I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Is something that, I will mention. Sorry, I didn't say the price. The price is $20,000, which is quite hefty.
$500 a month.
Yes, which is like a subscription plan to pay out that $20,000. Now, I do not see anywhere from them that they're going to charge a subscription just to have the robot. I think it's going to be just that price and that's it. I had to imagine there's going to be some pro features they'll charge for AI use and stuff like that. But I think that the idea is the AI part of it is on device. So that seems pretty neat in the sense, but there's a lot of scary things with it as well. The biggest thing is, what if someone broke into the headquarters and is using this robot to unalive somebody?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit unrealistic, but it could happen.
If someone can control it, Quasey, all it takes is some hacker to hack to do that. That's a terrible thought, I know that, but that is a far more plausible thing that could happen if someone can control it. It's a robot. It can be hacked anyway, I'm sure. So, they have to address this stuff, I think, before they announce it to be shipped, because that's some scary things to think about. But overall, the idea is nice. I mean, who wouldn't want to come home from 100 days' worth of work? And what if you had the roughest day ever, so did your wife, and now your kid's cranky, or you're all sick, and you're like, I gotta do dishes, I gotta do laundry, I gotta clean up the living room, and sometimes things like this is just a great idea to help people. It's not about being lazy. I know people are gonna say, well, it's to make us seem more lazy. It can, but it can also help with those days that you really could use some extra help. That's all I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
So, I just want to know what you guys think. Quasey, do you have any more thoughts with this, overall?
Yeah, so I actually reported on this in one of my classes because I had to do a presentation on the news, and there was a discussion period afterwards, and I asked the class, I said, so if you're going to pay $599 a month, why not just get a maid? Because I'm sure a maid would be cheaper, right? And that's where another thing comes in, because it'd be cool to have a humanoid robot, but I believe you can get a maid for $200 a month, and they'll do the exact same thing. Hold on, let's look up how much the maids cost.
Well, usually they're far more than that. I actually asked one person this, and they responded with, let me pull it up, because now we have to bring it up. That was the very thing that he brought up. Give me 1 second here. So, in our location, right, this is asking ChatGPT, by the way, the average yearly cost for that is $7,100 a year. That's what it costs per year. Now, it all depends what you're doing, right? That was just for house cleaning. In my research, the average price that it costs for a whole, like, so it's going to cook, clean, and do all the, like, chores per se, mowing all that stuff, is about $30 an hour.
Right.
Which, you know, it depends on how long you keep them, if they're short-term, long-term, whatever the case is. But the price point that people were making, and some comments I see about this would be a cheaper overall cost. Because if this even lasts for 3 years, Quasi, divided by 3, it's far cheaper. Now, you know, all these questions and security concerns and everything else, right? Or I can't even do it. I'm not trying to say this is going to take their jobs. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. I'm saying is this might be an aid to help. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. Then the cost might be cheaper. That'd be great. I mean, I just want to say the pros and cons to certain things. So, in the comments on Discord, TikTok, and everything else that we have, I wonder what the comments are and what people think, because this could be a wide range of topics, right? Between I love it, I want to buy it, or I don't like it at all, get it out of my face, kind of thing. You know?
Okay.
So, in any case, that was the Neo robot from 1X.
Nice. So, unrelated, or I guess it is unrelated. It is 5:36 a.m. and my battery is at 65%. Something awful is going on here. Mind you, my phone was last charged to 100%. I've been up since 4:30. The math just isn't mathing. My phone used to be an all-day battery life phone, Adam. Like, I would comfortably be at 10 p.m. with a good 50% left. And now mind you, hold on, let me show you something else. Because my cycle count is definitely, or not my cycle count, my battery health is definitely at 100. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yep, my maximum capacity is definitely at 100. So I don't know exactly what's going on here.
Oh, I do.
But that kind of leads us into our next topic, because it appears that from the iPhone 13 to the 16 Pro, all these batteries are just dying at a increased rate as of recent, and it may be because of iOS 26.
I think that is exactly the reason for it. I mean, I have the 17 Pro Max, 100% capacity. Now my battery's not 80%. That's because on the way here I was charging it. Now, what I'll say is, last night in my tests I did before, because I knew we were talking about this, we were playing some dominoes, and I had charged my device to 100%. And within about 45 minutes, my phone was at 80%. That is that makes me so pissed off. And the fact that it's not just my phone, it's your phone and everybody else's phone out there, I would say it's about 80% of the consumer base that's on iOS 26. And I've seen people say on TikTok and online articles what you should do to make it reduced, and that people are saying it's just Apple tracking data that you do under privacy settings. You turn it off and it stops it. It is not at all for me. It has slightly made it better, but like 2 or 3% battery usage. But what in the hell is going on here? I am not happy about this. Once
do you think
again,
it could possibly be the fact that liquid glass takes so much? How do I say it? Liquid glass takes so much processing power
Here's the thing about that. At a standstill state, though, when you're not moving your phone, how is it using that? You know, I can see the animation styles for you're moving it back and forth, but that could be it. Who knows? But here's the thing. Apple has not really addressed this either, have they? I mean, they haven't really said, oh, we should probably fix some bugs. I will say, and it makes me sad, like, I want the people that make Mac OS to be also, utilized in the iOS development, in iPad OS. What I'll say is this is not just my phone. iPads are also affected by this too. My iPad Quasar, I used to charge it up to 100%, and it would last 2 weeks before I had to charge it again. Now it's I gotta charge it twice a week. That is significant.
That's so horrible.
I mean, well, I'm just saying that from 2 weeks to twice a week, that's a big gap.
No, definitely.
Now, I know my iPad is the M1 iPad. I get that, but it all happened as soon as I put on iOS 26 or iPad OS 26. So I don't know. What do you think is causing it besides just the liquid glass? You think it's something like that?
I wish I had any other idea, but I think it's just a lack of transparency from Apple. As such, we have no clue, which is really unfortunate if you think about it, because you don't expect this from Apple. You would expect them to have already addressed it, and we would have some sort of information on why our batteries are dying at such an increased rate, and also, for those people that maybe have battery health issues, they would address that as well and hopefully fix it. But who knows what they're up to right now?
Well, what's interesting to me is this. I have seen in the last probably 2 or 3 iOSs a decline in just that Apple will polish that they used to have. I could get an iPhone and not have to worry about stuff like this right off the bat.
Right.
I expect stuff like this happening in an iOS beta. That makes complete sense. It always has been that way because it's beta software. They're still working on it, right? But we're getting some of that beta kind of issues at a grand master release level stuff, and that makes me a little bit concerned. Are they slacking in the iOS development? Now here's the thing. Mac OS, wonderful OS, love it. But I'm going to have to assume they sell more iPhones in a year than a Mac. My guess. Just me guessing.
That's just a guess? No insider information there?
If that's the case, why would they not put more development time and resources on iOS? Now, Craig Federighi, he's a smart dude. I've heard him talk. He's great. And the team that's behind him, I know, is also great. Is it because we're putting out phones too quickly? Is the question. I mean, Quasey, when I was first getting phones, my very first iPhone, I never thought in my head to get a new iPhone every single year. Never thought of that in my life. Now I pretty much do that every single year. I want the newest tech, that's how I am. But should we get back to a 2-year upgrade cycle where Apple does not release a new iPhone every single year and does every 2 years?
I think the issue is that people want a new iPhone every year. I don't think it's just that Apple wants to put it out every year.
Oh, I think they do. It was them. It was totally them who made this whole thing happen, though. They were really pushing
as of recent. I just don't think as of recent they want to put it out every year, if that makes sense. But I will say that unlike a Mac, or I guess they do technically upgrade the Macs every year with the chip.
Every year.
What don't they upgrade every year? The Apple TV? So it just wouldn't make sense in the way that Apple's doing things right now, because they upgrade everything pretty much yearly. And the iPhone is their biggest seller, and if you can keep funneling sales to iPhone, why wouldn't you keep funneling sales to iPhone? If I have a new iPhone every year and people are still buying, I'm going to just keep making a new iPhone.
But if we get to a point where the changes and new features of an iPhone is not enough for me or even you to get one every year, is the model that they're going to have now good enough for a 2-year cycle? So maybe they don't have a new iPhone for sale every year, but they still sell the current generation iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max and 17 series through a 2-year cycle?
I think that's more than like the 17, the 16, all the way back to like the iPhone 8. All those phones are going to last you at least 7 years. You know what I mean?
Well, they are. I think the battery is the only downfall of these devices. Like, they are not intended to last as long as we want them to, right? I mean,
but you can always replace a battery, and it doesn't.
You can. I'm not saying you can't. What I'm getting at, though, is that the workaround for that? They don't release a new iPhone every year, but when they make an iPhone, people are wanting one every 2 years, or every year. They want one every 2 years now because it's that good. That's the question. Like the 17 right now, I see some bugs myself, and it could be an iOS 26 thing. Like, I have certain apps. It's a video app, right? It could be YouTube or whatever I'm playing. If I'm playing something, sometimes it will just freeze, and I can't close the app or anything and get out of the app to do whatever I want to do. And it gets me a little bit annoyed. So it's just video playing apps. So I get some of that stuff, but I've seen some springboard crashes, stuff like that. But overall, it's a pretty solid device. But I think the bottleneck right here is iOS 26. Like, I have to still charge my phone, which is a brand new phone. I'm not hanging for a month yet. I gotta charge it twice a day.
Well, you don't have to.
Quasi, I am not leaving my desk for the day, going home, and my battery is at like 50%.
Okay.
If I didn't charge it, it would be at that low.
That's just an Adam problem. That's just an
okay,
Adam problem.
But people are also mentioning all over online. So, like, great example. There was a person that posted on Reddit that, let's see here. He mentioned, that before he left his house, so like in an hour span, he was down 20%. That's not good.
No, it's not at all.
And then he's not even using it. He's just like, he's getting ready for the day, and he's going to leave, and his phone is at 80% before he leaves. Like this morning, my phone's at 83% before I left for the podcast recording, and I did nothing with my phone. Like, okay, I did play like some audio, but before when I was getting ready, nothing. Right? So why? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm heavily using my phone to the point where my phone's almost dead. What I'm saying is not using it or having it for some background processes is draining it way faster than it should. So they really need to optimize this. It needs to be fixed and as soon as possible. But they're probably working on this. I'm guessing they've got enough complaints, people they're working on this. But it's sad. You know?
Indeed.
And you're seeing now too, right? So if you were going to charge your phone in the morning, right, and you'll charge it all the rest of the day, you come home at night, what's it at?
Well, it depends. Because it really just depends. Usually it's at like before the iOS update, it was at like 40, 50%. Now it's more like 20. But that's not horrible. I mean, it's a huge difference. Yeah, it's a huge difference, yes. But also,
20%?
The phone's still alive.
I just could never do that. I don't let my phone get that low. But I want to know from the people that listen to this podcast, has this happened to you with any generation iPhone, current or past or whatever, and iPad? So I think Macs are not affected by this with the latest Mac OS. That seems to be still very solid. So why don't we get some of them to help out with this issue if we need to, like whatever it takes. I mean, I want to email Craig Federighi and ask him directly because this is getting out of hand. It's getting a little bad. And it's a little bit scary because it's been out for a bit now, you know? It's not...
Yeah.
It's almost been a month, you know, overall. Actually, more than that. It's almost been 2 months. So why are we still seeing some of these issues with brand new devices? You know, I'm not okay with that. And they need to fix this. They have to address this. It's a little bit sad.
I agree. I 100% agree.
That just makes me so upset. Okay, I put this in here, and Quasi, you gotta share your screen. Please, if you can. This is bad. So we have information of the iPhone 18 Pro colors. Just zoom in on that image if you can, please. I say this time and time again. Apple is just terrible when it comes to colors on their products. What in the hell are you using dark mode at all by chance?
No.
This is not even using dark mode. I had dark mode on, and it still looks the same to me. What in the hell are these colors? That is the most pathetic colors.
Burgundy, brown, and purple.
I just don't understand, Quasi. I will say this right now on the podcast. If these are the next iPhone colors for the Pro models, I am not upgrading. Not doing it.
Over a color?
I'll skip a year. Yes. I don't care if you have a case, it doesn't matter. Deep down, you will know the color that you chose looks like utter garbage. What is wrong with Apple? Whoever at Apple chooses the colors. That's the only color that looks decent, but I'm not getting a purple phone. I'm just not doing that. That's just me. People might like purple, and that's more power to you. But me, I want black. And they don't do black ever again. They won't never do that again. What's going on here? This is super ridiculous. So, Quasi, if that's the color that is the best of the three, that's a bad
I also
ratio.
really like this burgundy. I think I just don't like the coffee-looking one. The burgundy one reminds me of, like, I had a burgundy DSi XL back in the day. Okay. And it reminds me of that. And I guess I'm a little bit biased towards that. But, I don't think these are horrible colors.
I disagree completely. I think that this is... Okay, Quasi. Pro-level phones, we should get better colors. But we've seen with the base models the past 3 or 4 years, they seem to get better colors than the actual Pro models.
Yeah, because I feel like pros aren't really worried about whether their phone is green or orange.
They really do, though. I think they absolutely do. Or they should. Here's what I'm saying. If you're going to do something like this, okay, add these colors, but still keep the black and the silver.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Something
I
like
did
that.
those two.
Silver's still there.
But black isn't.
Black
and
is
the silver looks so. This year it looks kind of bad. If I'm being honest, I'm like silver.
Oh, it's not. It's not good. As I said, I think the person at Apple that's choosing these colors for products as a whole needs to be fired. And I'm serious. Like, I don't care if they are the nicest person and they donate to $1 billion in charity. It does not matter. Their only job is to make these phones pop and look great. Quasi, these look like you can get from Dollar Tree. Like they're the aftermarket ones that, have iOS. It's not iOS. This is a disgrace. This is terrible. Like, come on now. That purple is the only one that looks somewhat decent, and I'm just not getting that phone. You know why? It's not even purple. It's a very light shade of purple, almost like a pink purple.
I don't know.
It looks terrible. No, it's not. It's not purple. They have had purple phone before that looked way better. This one, it looks washed out once again. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one being way different here. Now, once again, this is not confirmed by any means. This is just what we see now for leaks and rumors. But what do you guys think? So the colors are coffee, purple, and burgundy.
Like I'll say again, I really like this burgundy and this purple one.
It's not even the color of coffee, right? It's just... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Me, I'm the one being a little bit strange. I don't know. I don't really like it. It's just me. Do you really like those, though?
I do. I really like the purple. And I really like the burgundy. I don't know how I feel about the coffee one yet, though.
Coffee one just looks like it could... I mean, maybe if you're going to use it in the military, it can blend in with uniform, maybe, slightly. Maybe. You know more than me, Quasi.
I think the black would be better for that.
I think so, too. Bring back black. Okay, here's what I'll say. If you're going to experiment with colors and see what people like, okay, do that. But don't remove what was very popular. Like, do space black, but do black again. Quasi, I want to see this color, black. I want to see when my phone is off. Phone's not off. That's what I want to see. That color black. Not the space gray. Gray as a whole should be removed as any type of option for color. I hate gray. It's terrible.
What? You cut out? Or maybe you muted yourself? I don't know.
Oh, I did. I muted myself. Sorry. I think the color gray as a whole should be banned and never used for anything ever again. It is a shade, not even a color. Gray is being used way too much in this world. I can't stand it anymore. Bring back this. That's what I want to see. Black. So all I'm saying is, I think this is a despicable color combination. If this is the case, I don't know if this is 100% true or not. We'll see as things come up. I hope this is not the color set. I cannot stand this. This is terrible. Ugh. Any case, sorry about that. So, I wanted to bring up a brand new segment, Quasi. I know we talked about this a little bit. So we have App of the Week that we do every week, and we still will do that. But I also want to introduce Product of the Week. And talk to Quasi about this. We have some products this week that we think are really nice. These are not sponsored by any means. These are just products we think are really cool and tight this week, or upcoming that we think is really cool. So we wanted to kind of showcase these. So Quasi, could you please bring up the very first one, and I'll bring up this first one. You do the second one.
Okay. Wait, you want me to show it, or?
Yeah, show the page. So the very first one is a great combination of two things that we need in this world. I think is a power bank, which I love power banks, and then a MiFi device. So from Basis, we see that they have a 4G LTE hotspot device with a 20,000 milliamp power bank, which is up to 67 watts of power. This is a fantastic little concept and idea. What I'll say is, in the market that I see, lots of these little LTE hotspots or, the power banks out there are never combined, right? Like this. That's the very first thing. Secondly, this device can be used, let's say you go on vacation somewhere across the seas or wherever, and you just want temporary internet. Well, this can just do just that. And not only that, you get 1 gigabyte of global data for life. I think it's for life, at least for a year. So whatever you use, you would always get 1 gig for quick low communications if you need to do that. But Quasi, I wonder what your thoughts are about this.
1 gig isn't that much, if I'm being honest.
No, that's just free.
Oh, so you can add more?
Yes, absolutely. You can get unlimited data. You can get so much data. It's all based upon what you choose. What they're saying is each month you get 1 gig. But it's from a brand that I love. This brand, they're up and coming. They're really, really good for what they do. And what are your thoughts overall, Quasi?
Well, it appears it's got nothing but 5-star reviews. I personally haven't used this product, but it does look, how do I say, amazing. It looks very intuitive. That's
it's on sale.
I haven't used in a minute. And it's on sale. From $116 to $109. So not a huge difference, but...
No, but still a little bit.
Hey, that's my iPad.
I just wanted to bring this up because I think this is a really cool product. And with the holidays coming up and discounts coming up even soon, you'll see this on sale for even more, I'm guessing. But the idea of this is really, really nice. I mean, it's using, local carriers in the States, of course, but just that 20,000 milliamp, that charges a laptop without any issues. And I think it's really nice. Now, the plan prices, we do not know that quite yet. You can look at that once you get it. I just heard a screeching noise. I don't know why. But overall, though, this is something that I'm looking forward to. It basically, if you want to sponsor us, just let us know. Because we love to sponsor your products and test them out for you guys. All right. That's my product of the week.
Okay, so the next product of the week we have is going to be another product from Basis. It's going to be the Speed One wireless charger. Right?
I've seen this.
So this one's actually the best deal you're ever going to find because it comes with an 100-watt USB-C charging block, and if you know anything, that is expensive. But luckily, you're getting that right now for the low price of $69.99 as compared to the $139.98 that you would have purchased it for. Right? This can charge your phone, it can charge your Apple Watch, it can charge your AirPods, right? And it doesn't make them overheat when it's charging, right? So
that's the best part about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And so because it's not overheating, it can charge a lot faster. And, I think it's a great product. Adam, you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I know one thing about MagSafe is after a while it can get a little bit heated up because it's using, coils and whatnot. So having the active boost kind of thing, not active boost, sorry, it's like chill little fan side of it will be very helpful. As I gotta say, having a higher watt USB-C charger with not just one but two USB-C ports plus an A is beautiful. And the best part, Quasi, beyond all that, is it puts the watch in nightstand mode, which is what I like to see it in anyway when I'm going to bed.
Right.
So, like, a 3-in-1, I mean, compared to, like, some of the ones like, Belkin, that's like $150 for those or $180, this is a vastly more affordable solution from a brand that's very, very good. I mean, I have been purchasing their products lately, and they're so reliable. Like, here's the best thing about their power banks I love the most is I could charge it to 100%, put it in a bag for 3 or 4 months, and it's still at 100% battery. And actually, I had one of their little MagSafe little chargers I bought a long time ago. That thing was in my bag for 7 or 8 months, and it's still 100% capacity in charge.
Nice.
An Anchor product does not do that at all anymore. They're going downhill bad. So, I love this idea and this concept because this is just wonderful. And, it's on sale for $69, Quasi.
Yeah,
I mean, for
horrible.
a good brand, and it uses Qi 2 charging as well. So it's not just the standard 15 watts. It'll go up to, I think, 18 or 30 watts, I think is what it is, right? I believe. I could be wrong.
Let me check that for you.
It's 15 watts, sorry.
So that's a lot.
But I think Qi 2 does more than that, though, I think.
Qi 2... Hold on, let me...
I wish I knew myself. Should look this up.
So it looks like it's 15 watts by default, but newer versions can achieve 25, which is
25,
what my phone
okay.
does.
So yeah, newer phones can do that. Fantastic. I love that. That's fantastic. I love this thing. Okay. So
App of the week.
App of the week. Quashi's favorite segment.
Adam, I'm actually going to go first this time.
Please do.
I know you're excited about yours, but last week I remember saying that I was going to do my ESPN fantasy football because I won every match that week, but then I switched it to Clash Royale.
Okay.
So I'm bringing up fantasy football. This is my team right here. A whopping 50.6 points to 137. Okay, that's just one team. I have 3, right? I must have won one game. 77 to 123. Okay, it's not looking great, but at least I must have won the other league. Ooh, what did I just switch to? Oh yeah, this is the last one. 69.5 to 141. I got absolutely smacked this week. It was just not great. It was actually the worst performance my teams have ever put up. And a big reason for that is, for some odd reason, I decided to take 90% Eagles players. And the Eagles had a bye week this week, which means I got absolutely 0 points. And then, so I started Cam Ward over Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts wasn't playing this week. Cam Ward gave me an astonishing 3 points. I've never seen. He didn't even throw a touchdown. It was, oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
So,
Let's think about fantasy. It's not just about like do I have the best players on my team, because what I've noticed with fantasy is if you do, if there's a bye week or they get injured or whatever, or they just suck that week, doesn't matter whatsoever. It's about just your backups and your overall. Because sometimes even the backups and the people that don't overperform good at all will surprise you sometimes, right?
Right.
That's just the thing about it. So that's interesting. So for ESPN, it's ESPN,
you know I have
right?
It's ESPN. But did you know I have a total of 14 players through my 3 teams that are injured?
14, huh?
Did you know that you can only have 14 players on one individual team? That means I have an entire team of injured players. So a lot of people are going to be hitting the waivers this week. A lot of people are not going to be on the team next week. And because we got to make a push. We have to make a push to get to the top of the league.
You really do, yeah.
And
I have to get back
I
into
just can't afford to lose.
It's so fun. Okay.
When you're winning. It's fun when you're winning. It sucks when you're losing.
It does. Well, there's always next year. It's like the Bears.
No, we're going
Bears
to
did
win
good
this year. We're turning it around. This is my last loss ever.
Okay, we'll see.
I will be reporting back at the end of the season to see if that was true or not. Go ahead, though.
Mine is Coffee Pool. It's an iOS game, and for iPad as well. So I love Pool. It's a great little game that I love to play, and this is like a almost like a cozy look game, and you can play versus people or versus the AI as well in the game. I just kind of want to mention that because it's a little fun game that's not too hard to play, and it's just a little fun and cozy as well. That's my app of the week.
All right. Well, it's that time, Adam, where we do that one more thing segment.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you have anything crazy this week, Quasey, besides you being sick?
So I actually wasn't sick until like 6 p.m. yesterday when I opened my house to some guests. And one of the guests came in and she said, "Everybody in my apartment is sick. I'm trying to get out of there right now." How dare you bring in somebody else is sick to my apartment?
Ooh, not common courtesy at all.
Now all of a sudden, maybe 2 hours after that, my nose is sniffling, my throat is closing up, my head hurts, my nose starts bleeding. I've caught whatever they have. It's not great.
Oh my gosh. It's
not
good at all.
I'm proactive. We're going to try and kill this before it kills me. Right? I may or may not be going to urgent care today. Not because I'm dying, but just, to get checked out, make sure I don't have, like, strep throat or anything. I've had strep throat earlier this year. I had it during football's fall camp. It was horrible. Oh. Strep throat is not fun.
It just, it feels like you have razor blades in your throat. It's never fun. I hate strep throat.
Oh,
why is that even a thing? I can't stand it.
I hate all bacteria, actually. That doesn't help me.
I really just don't even want to wish out my worst enemy, strep throat. That's terrible.
That's fair.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah. For me, I was working my house this weekend. It was a lot of work. Got a lot of stuff done, though. Had some friends help me with that, so it worked out pretty nice. It's kind of recovering from that, It's just, I'm not, like, sore or nothing like that, which I thought I would be. But, I not sleep as well. I wanted to, stuff like that, so I'm trying to catch up with that. But, it's a whole new week. So we'll see how that kind of works out. But, anything else, Quasey, that you want to bring up?
Yesterday I went through my spam emails just for the fun of it. Did you know that apparently Netflix, iCloud, and Peacock are all canceling my subscriptions? It's so unfortunate because I don't subscribe to any of those but iCloud, and they're canceling my 5 gigabyte plan. It's just so unfortunate because I have the 200 one. So, I think they need to do just a tad bit more research.
I have the 6 terabyte one, which is quite expensive, but
isn't that like $100 a month?
It's $30.
Oh.
Yeah. One thing I'm going to try to do is utilize my Flipper Zero some more. I got this device to mess around with. It does a lot of great stuff, but there is so much more you can do with this that I'm not even touched. It is such a great device. Like, I've used it to turn on menus at restaurants that it's like a TV and they just have it off and they don't have the controller. Did you know this, that at some restaurants, like McDonald's, they do not get the remotes to turn them back on and off? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Because, like, they want to control that at the, like, manager level beyond them. I'm like, so if there's a power outage and they don't turn back on, what do? Well, they say, it's supposed to turn on, like, by a remote system. Doesn't always work. Let me tell you that. So, like, I'll just go in there and turn this on with my Flipper Zero, and it's a great, great day. So, let's say the day sometimes. I have not, and I will make this very clear, I have never used this for anything bad or malicious intent, because I want to prove that you can use this for great stuff. Like bad USB, which sounds really bad, like there are certain great scripts that you can use to, like, doing those updates, for instance, or, open up a certain app for somebody, or, just great things that you can do with it that's just automation, and I love that. So that's my goal, so you try to use this more, and I love it. Everybody should have one. Maybe not everybody, there are, bad people, but good
the
people should have
responsible
one.
human beings.
So, yeah, pretty much, that's pretty much all I have this week.
All right, well, it's now again that time for me to tell everybody that if you don't like and subscribe, I'm not coming back next episode. I'm just not going to be here. Like, you guys are not going to have an episode next week if I don't see at least 4 more subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm setting the bar real low. If you like listening to us, that's not you can tell you can make 4 different Google accounts. You know what I mean? One person can save this podcast. I'm of course joking. I will be here next week. But I'd really appreciate it if you guys would like and subscribe, On TikTok, everybody's having a great conversation. They're all ripping Adam.
Let's talk about that.
And it's funny to see because, I'm just scared that the second I say something, I'm going to somehow piss off the master race, the PC master race as well.
What I'll say is this: you're never going to please everybody. I had some people though in those comments agree with me. Just not very many, but some. No, okay. I just want to branch off with that. Okay.
Somebody was like, "So what you're saying is my Xbox 360 games will play Xbox X games?" And I think they missed the point.
Or the one guy's like, I have an RTX 670, whatever it was, and I still play current games.
Yeah, that got
Come on, my guy. I mean, you're just not. That's a lie. Okay, anyway, what I'll say is this. I'll try to make this as clear as I can. I am not saying that for a second a PC is not a good device to play games on. I play my games on PC all the time. I love it. I also have an Xbox. I love it as well. What I'm saying is, you will not, and Quasi, you can back me up on this, you are not going to get a phenomenal PC build for about $600. You can get close and decent computers that can do most things, but if you want those peak gaming performances that you want on PC that everybody loves, you're going to spend over $1,000 easy. Now, with the new Xboxes, it's going to probably be comparable because the next one's going to be about $1,500 around that range, so what the leaks are saying.
Will not be purchased by me.
That is, if you say that until you see it, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. But I know on Xbox you have lower frame rates. I know it's lower performance because it's an Xbox. I get that. What I'm saying, though, is sometimes you have people that don't have the technology to build something phenomenal for a PC. I tell you what, there are parents and kids, even I see today, that have no idea about computers at all. And those are the people that are going to have that build these for them, or their parents just buy something for them. So they usually just opt in to buy my console because it's simple. You turn it on, you download your games, you're ready to go, right? Yep. Windows is not always as easy as that, and making it customizable to that needs is not always the easiest thing. So what I'm saying is, I'm not disagreeing that PC's not better. I'm just saying it's an option people are opting in for, and that's my only point with it. I'm not trying to say that PC sucks. It just doesn't. It just doesn't.
It's true.
And it outperforms an Xbox in most cases every single time. But I think you guys aren't getting the point that I'm trying to make here, is that sometimes the budget, that is a cheaper alternative to buy so they can play games now, and they don't care about the frame rates, they don't care about the performance like you do on PC. If you're looking for that, you have the budget for it, get a PC every single time, I get that. But, to follow up with that, for these people for the PC Master Race and Xboxes and so on, do you think the handhelds that we're seeing now, the ROG Ally, Legion Go, all these other ones, is that comparable to an Xbox to you? Is it better than an Xbox to you or a PS5 or so on? And is that the way we're going with things? Because I know they're small, they're not as good as a PC yet, but at what point are they going to be? What if the only issue is...
I give it like 3 years.
I mean, it's very possible. Here's why. If you get external GPU for these, hook them up to your screen, to your TV, you dock it, and you get 24 gigs of RAM plus a great processor and everything else, and GPU's separated, that could be a very, very incredible device. That's all I've got to say. It's not 100% there yet. It does a lot right now. And some of these are way better than a console right now. But let me tell you, in 3 or 4 years, like Quasey said, we're going to probably see, like, that's the way we play games. Think about it. It's portable. That's a great plus. I can dock it to a TV or anything else. That's another great plus. I can use my whatever controller I want to use. It's customizable the way I want it to be. That is just the way I think it's going to go. Absolutely. So, what are your thoughts with that? Just let us know in the comments below.
Yep.
Okay. Quasey, any closing remarks?
Like I always say, like I said maybe 5 minutes ago, subscribe. That's it.
Yes.
That's all I got for you.
Like,
if you want to share us with your friends, family, you know, word of mouth is way better than anything we can do. So we appreciate you guys and everything. We wouldn't be where we are today without you guys. You know, 31 episodes in, I think. So
31. Man, that's crazy.
it is.
We're still in season 1. Just so you guys know, our season 2 will begin on our anniversary date of the podcast first episode. So that's going to be our, well, we don't have the exact date. It's going to be that week, whatever it is, in retrospect. But that's when we do season 2. And we have a lot of things to plan in season 2 that, ooh, just wait. Just wait.
Just you wait. All right,
okay.
well,
thanks, guys, for joining us. Quasey probably needs to get back to bed so he can get a little better.
something like that.
Yeah. I hope he does. I have a little bit
I can do this thing? Hold on.
Yeah, I can't.
You know, I just have to show everybody some love.
There we go. Yeah, thank you for all the subscribers that we do have and our constant listeners that we get every single week. Yeah, just please share. I mean, we want to see us grow. We want to see our community grow. We love what we do. We're getting up really early for this stuff. I mean, I'm getting up at 3 a.m., so I'm here to record. It's crazy, but we love doing this. All right, guys, thanks so much for everything. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we're all back to being not so sick. And we'll see you guys next week.
Adios.
Bye.